All right, my friends, today we're looking at something a little different. We're looking at a set of extension tubes. Now, these are designed to place in between your camera and your camera lens, and they are primarily used so that you and I can reduce the focusing distance again from the camera to the subject. Now, I picked up these extension tubes from Banggood, and if you look at Banggood over here, Banggood's website, this is where I got them. They're coming in at only $14, just under $14 US. So that's pretty good. They also come in 3 different colors. So you'll get a blue, you'll get a red, and they do have a gold version. Now I don't know if the gold one looks like it might be sold out, but I also got the red ones. So I thought the red would look nice with Canon, since Canon uses the red ring on a lot of their lenses. This set here, which is why again I went with this one, got 85 reviews, pushing in about 4.5 stars. So I thought that was a good rating for something so inexpensive. And this is a great way for you and I to be able to do some macro photography without having to invest in a macro lens. Now, is a macro lens gonna be better quality? Probably. But for those of us that may be looking at just doing some macro shots occasionally, why invest $1,000 on a lens when you can invest $14? Well, let's see how well it does. We're gonna mount this right here on a Canon M50. So we're gonna need an adapter first to make sure that we can mount EF lenses on it. And that's coming up. All right, my friends, so here it is. Here are the rings, and you will see nice and simply that there is a 31mm, a 21, and a 13. Now these, as you can see, are stackable, but you can use them independently as well. And this is going to be the distance, let's say 13, the distance from the camera to the lens. So the longer that distance is, the closer you and I can physically get to our subject. Now realize that as we get closer to our subject, our camera will probably need more light, as well as the actual depth of field is going to reduce substantially. Just be aware, especially if you were to stack these on, you may want to be shooting with a tripod or something to help make you as stable as possible. Okay, so we're testing this today on, again, a Canon M50. Here it is. We're using an older lens. This is a 28-135, and we are using a photodiox adapter that allows me to go from an EF lens to an M series body. Our subject today is this fine little fella right here. So this little BB-8. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put this here. Hopefully you guys can see that on the top camera. You guys will be able to see hopefully how far back I am. I'm gonna try to get as close as I can to BB-8 and get a shot. So we're gonna go at full zoom. And we're coming in here, and I got autofocus turned on. So I'm gonna just hit that right there. Let's see where he loses focus. So he loses focus there. So he gains focus right about there. All right, ready? And... all right, so you guys hopefully can get a shot. You can kind of see where my lens was. And this lens actually does allow you to get fairly close, not crazy close, but fairly close. Now we're gonna turn that off. You and I are going to take one of these, and we're gonna take, we'll take the 13mm. And the 13mm here is the smallest one, so the least amount of distance. And what we're gonna do is, for us, we have to keep the adapter on. So we're gonna take that off. And these ones do have the pins. Hopefully you can see this. And this is really important if we're buying these, because we may want the autofocus, and you can get extension tubes that have no autofocus. I do want the autofocus if possible. So we're going to try and line this up. All right, as you can see, the tube is on right now. We got the 13mm tube on, and we are simply gonna pop this off, pop this on. There it goes. Now, the one thing to realize, and my recommendation is, as you and I get more tubes on here that extends it, especially with heavier lenses, make sure that you're bracing both the camera body as well as the camera lens, because these aren't heavy duty rings by any means. So we want to make sure that if we get a heavy lens on here that we're supporting it. So same idea, back in we go. Let's see how close we can get. I'm gonna set that focus. So I've already gotten quite a bit closer, which is excellent. We're gonna turn that off and we're gonna go right to the biggest one. So we're gonna bypass the middle one. We don't need the middle one right now. Take that lens back off. But I do like the fact that the autofocus is functioning, which is fantastic. So now we're going to the biggest of the three. Same idea, we're just gonna kind of pop this on here. There we go. And this going on here as well. And now you can really see that distance, right? That size that's getting extended. And we'll see how close we can get now. I'm pretty sure I'm like right on him now. I'm pretty sure I'm actually touching. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm actually touching him. So with my actual lens hood on, I don't think I can get like any closer. So with this lens, I couldn't even stack really because I can't physically get any closer to good old BB-8 over here. But you guys got to see some of the photos, got to see the quality. What do you think? Actually, I think that's really cool if you're looking at getting into some macro photography without having to spend a lot of money. Your budget, we can all afford 14 bucks, I hope, I think. And this lens here isn't even an expensive lens by any means. This is like a $200-300 lens that I got off of eBay, I believe. So super cool. All right, guys, extension tubes. Great budget-friendly alternative for you and I if we want to start kind of looking at some macro photography. All right, my friends, I'm gonna leave you there. So I will put links down below to where I got this lens. You guys can go shoot some macro photography. Just make sure the extension tubes that I bought are for Canon using EF lenses. If you're running a Nikon or a Sony or using different lenses, just make sure you get extension tubes for your lens and your camera mount. All right, my friends, I'm gonna leave you there. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.